yang berkhidmat. I represent HAKAM this morning. Let me state from the outset, HAKAM fully endorses the 4 draft resolutions. For this reason, HAKAM opposes the extension of the current IGP's tenure. We do not think that there is a need for this extension. There are other officers. Now, whether they are worthy of the position is quite a different matter.
Sure.
But an extension would amount to a slur on the remaining officers who are serving. The current IGP has conducted himself in a manner that leaves much to be desired during his tenure. He has shown a complete disregard for basic human rights, in particular, the alarming number of custodial deaths in highly questionable circumstances, some of which point to violence having been inflicted on victims. In this regard, at 1:30 this afternoon, another press conference will be held at the Chinese Assembly Hall with regard to the latest death in custody of another Indian youth. It seems like this is an ongoing saga that we do not see any end to this. The arbitrary and selective way in which peaceful assemblies are regulated, permits given, then revoked. I think DAP experienced this with their own annual dinner. This shouldn't be happening if we have a police force which acts independently. Dispersing peaceful assemblies when these assemblies had not caused any breaches of the peace or disorder. In this regard, it appears that the police criteria today in identifying what is weapons of mass destruction, 2 additional items: candles, black t-shirts, threat to national security. The use of force in dispersing such assemblies and associated brutality. HAKAM has in fact inquired into these events more than once during the current IGP's watch. The current IGP's opposition, direct or indirect, to the establishment of the IPCMC, despite the recommendation to the effect by the Royal Commission Police and the overwhelming need for an independent watchdog mechanism. His willingness to invoke the ISA and to use it for improper purpose. We saw this last year, Raja Petra, Srekakok and the reporter. The increase in crime and serious crime, and of late, the subversion of constitutional processes. We've seen this in Perak. This is a frightening development that we've not seen in the past. It is done with such blatant arrogance, totally impervious to what the public perception may be. This is a police force that has gone completely wrong. It is reflective of his leadership then. The climate of fear that the police have been used to create. The people no longer can look to the police with confidence. Now, in addition to all that has been said, I wish to also draw the attention to this conference that the Court of Appeal in Sukma Darmawan reported 2074 CLJ 697 had raised issues that reflect poorly on the IGP when he was the investigating officer in several of the series of cases that involved Datuk Sri. These have never been addressed or refuted by the IGP himself. They cast adverse inferences on his very character to continue to hold this office. I seek your indulgence. I've just spoken for HAKAM. I'll take that hat off and now wear my own. Why are we looking to extend office of someone who should have resigned in shame a long, long time ago? It is mind-boggling that we are faced with a government that has the audacity, in the light that all the public have been subjected to by this officer through this high office, that they should still contemplate and consider whether or not to grant him another contract. Dato' Zaid said in relation to the Johari Baharul issue that there's something wrong with the police force. No, I think there's something wrong with the government. It almost appears as if the government is being held to ransom by an officer who really should be answerable to all of us. The government seems to be beholden. We have, it's the case of somebody's holding files on somebody and therefore, it's an imperative that he must have his contract extended. I mean, these are questions that trouble us. On behalf of many concerned Malaysians, allow me to extend this to IGP Musa Hassan. I quote Oliver Cromwell. You have sat too long for any good you may have done. In God's name, please go. We do not want to.